time is that?
Let's see what the great Patrick Mahomes will do on this play.
But before we can talk about how great Patrick Mahomes is, we have a flag on the play.
Before the ball was snapped, pass interference on the defense, numbers 1, 2, and 3. By rule, the great and powerful Patrick Mahomes will elect where to place the ball. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, it's now 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball is snapped.
Man, look at the way Patrick Mahomes handed off that ball. Superb technique.
But let's check out the flag on the play.
During the play, personal foul, violating Patrick Mahomes' personal bubble. The result of the play is first down, touchdown, and Chiefs win by 50 points. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
To me, there's nothing better. There's no place that I would rather be today on Thanksgiving than right here, right now at a football game. And there's just certain things that go together. You know, the turkey, the family, the tradition, football, and we have it all today.
180! What's that? 180! What's that? Yeah! 180! What's that? Hut! Turbo, what's that? Somebody jump on sides, damn! Somebody jump on sides, damn!
And then bang, bang, back-to-back drives with turnovers. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is really an NFL film moment.
And what a run for Baker Mayfield, doing the Tommy DeVito.
I'd lay down my life for my brother, but I would not let him win a football game.
Antonio Brown tweeted out that he wants to return to the Steelers and he'll play for free. Any thoughts on that?
I don't fuck with that, Tyree.
Fehlstart, Angriff.
Oh!
5 Yards.
I like Tomlin walking off the podium as soon as they ask him that stupid question. There's a lot of stupid questions that the reporters ask.
Tomlin always looks like somebody just walked up to him and said, "Okay, you know you're in trouble." So
just like walks away.
That's the best answer.
Dignify a remark.
Can I just get this thing over with right now at the top of the show?
Yes, of course.
The Chiefs. God! And it gets stuck up there forever.
I couldn't have put it better myself, my brother. The words you used and the feeling you had.
That was such a great analysis there.
Yeah, that's a keeper. Can you write the? I'm glad we're transcribing this show because that was, something I have to use one day.
It could apply to a lot of different.
Your kids walk up to you. I want this for Christmas. Uncle Keith says this.
Just say that. Oh man, what can you say? Till somebody eliminates them.
It's gonna happen. You can't keep playing like this. You can't keep getting away with this. But we'll get to the Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday later. Let's get to some news, shall we?
If it's about Eberflus, make sure you time it right. Okay? Because he does no concept of time management at all.
Yeah, there it goes.
Breaking news.
Speaking of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you know how they always call the day after the season Black Monday? This was Black Friday.
Yeah. Black Friday,
right.
For sure.
And the Bears got a special. They got rid of their now. So I love how there was their wide receivers coach. What's his name? Tom Brown has now been promoted twice in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, their offenses look great in the last 3 weeks. So it's like,
yeah. Let me zoom this in. Can I zoom this in?
If ownership thinks that he can fix Caleb, which he's been looking a lot better. So.
Oh, thank you, brother. I can see it now. I can see it.
Yeah, I know. By the way, speaking of certain age, did you like how I put John Madden in there?
Oh yeah,
yes.
I
got a little.
There's more John Madden to come. I know.
I love the way he did that. Yeah.
You got a little misty, Bruce?
Yeah, he was awesome. Oh, here's something that's crazy. I read somewhere that Eberflus just made a speech to the media, saying we're getting ready for San Francisco next week, and he's walking off the podium. He said, "By the way, Mr. McCaskey, the owners want to see you about something." So he.
By the way,
I saw that in I guess by the time he got to the locker room, he said, "I'm out of here." Yeah,
Right. It was like
wow.
You're gone. What? What about our game plan? Don't worry about it. We're good.
we shouldn't be laughing at someone's misfortune.
Yeah,
you never want to see someone lose their livelihood, especially in this economy. But when you don't deserve the job that you've been given, you are unqualified for the position you are at. Que sera, sera, right?
As Morris Day would say, "What time is it? It's not for him. No time for him."
No, I had no clue about Josh
Another
Allen.
time pun from Bruce.
And Steinfeld.
Yeah, so I saw this morning scrolling through Adam Schefter's account.
What does that say?
It says quarterback Josh Allen and actress singer Haley Steinfeld announced their engagement on Instagram. But wait, there's more. Turns out Josh Allen was not the only Buffalo Bill to get engaged during the team's bye week. Offensive lineman Alec Anderson and Ali Chamonix,
yeah.
also announced their bye week engagement on Instagram. Those busy Bills.
No, I'm glad they waited until the bye week so it wouldn't be a distraction.
But will they be love struck and not ready to play this week?
But remember, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Oh God! Look, the Chiefs.
They clinch a playoff spot with this play.
So tired of them, man. Chiefs fans out there, I'm sorry, but you know what this really smells like to me? The 2020 Pittsburgh Steelers that started 11-0 and they were winning this way. Whoops.
You were saying that a couple of weeks ago.
And then they had their playoff game at home against the Browns, and it was 28-0 before they blinked an eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but what was that penalty again?
What penalty?
That they get called on that play?
Illegal shift. It was a legal shift.
Yeah,
so
legal
aren't
shift.
all those penalties like they're not snap penalties or anything?
No, the illegal shift they always call after the play.
Oh, it was the false start. That's right.
False start. Yeah, they called it illegal shift. Like I said.
Never mind. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and the great and wonderful Patrick Mahomes got to tell them where to shove it. So
yeah.
Andrew Luck is back in the news, guys.
Wow.
Andrew Luck. He's returning to Stanford to become the football program's GM.
Holy
good
cow.
for him.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? I'd prefer it said Andrew Luck's coming back to quarterback the Colts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody else.
Or the quarterback's coach. Fix Richardson.
Or the quarterback's coach. Yeah. Isn't it funny too that college needs a general manager now because of the NIL?
Yeah. It is amazing.
It's like basically free agency now.
What does NIL stand for?
Something independent license. I forgot. It's individual license.
Okay.
It's basically the players have their own brand now, their own license, and they can. So if they sell a jersey, they get residuals from it.
Oh yeah.
It's all the stuff that college kids couldn't benefit from in the past.
Okay.
And then they also have like basically free agent. I mean, remember in the past, if you wanted to like dump out of a program and go to another one, you lost a year of eligibility.
Right. You had the red shirt.
Right. So, but now you can just go. So now you have guys changing colleges every year. It's kind of sucks,
Mm-hmm.
Between that and the fact that they're merging all the Power 5 conferences into like 2 monster conferences, it just kind of sucks. I don't know.
As Notre Dame remains independent and getting all that money.
And the mighty Yukon Huskies. Let's not forget about them.
Oh man, I felt your pain. I felt your pain.
Hey, they can beat on any Division III opponent they are up against. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the news of the week. I do want to share one last thing since we're banging on the Chiefs early. We'll bang on the Chiefs one more time. This didn't work out so well for the Raiders players. I guess this might have been during training camp. This is from NFL Memes. It says life comes at you quick, but
that's so freaking awesome. Several months later.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Thank you for coming. Have a good night.
Yeah.
I did what I know it's older, but I did want to throw in that Daniel Jones signed with Minnesota.
Oh,
yeah.
That happened like Tuesday, Edson. That's like an eternity ago.
I know. That's why I was like, it seemed like so long ago.
It really does.
I have a request. Could you tell people, because people are asking me, because I was showing the people this on Thanksgiving.
Is this one of those people say?
Huh?
People say. People
Yeah,
say.
thank you. There you go. That's what I wasn't about to ask you to do. Appreciate
To
it.
do that?
Yeah.
That exact thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and share.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Edson, I told Keith I saw a video of you guys from like 2021. Yeah, it was.
We were that bad?
It
Were we
was.
bad?
No, I just like Keith's Christmas hat. It was very nice. It was. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I appreciate you guys.
And I gotta say, I'm sorry, but Jets bag will not be making an appearance today because the Jets had the week off. Although I still think they lost.
They still lost.
Hey, Jets. Matt Eberflus is out there in New York. Woo! You know what to do.
By week one.
Edson, go ahead and make your prediction. I can sense it. Go ahead. Go for it.
No. All I was going to say was by week one, Jets 0.
I sent you guys that funny graphic about it was Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow throws for 700 yards.
Yeah, I remember that.
And bye week beats them 55-39. Oh God. Let's get into the games from last week, which feels like we just said like an eternity ago. When I was putting some of the little highlight clips together, I was like, this feels like it was last month.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 days ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's so bizarre. And I think it's because we had 4 games, in the last 2 days.
That's right.
Kind of made last week already feel like 2 weeks ago. It's weird. We'll start with my clunker. The snow, although it was an awesome game to watch in the snow.
It was beautiful.
That game was a visual argument for why dome stadiums blow ass.
Right.
Look at you, Detroit.
Right. My feelings about dome stadiums.
Oh, here, Bruce. Hang on. Wait. There you go. Go for it.
That was a fun game to watch.
It was pure football. Pure football.
Yeah. And to get it this early in the year was great. I mean, they were saying like it might be mixed precipitation, and by the second half it was a full-on blizzard. You got to love lake effect snow when it just like comes down.
Yeah. Especially in Cleveland. Cleveland, it says, and Buffalo. Buffalo gets that lake effect snow, and when it comes down, it's like no joke.
No, I know. My friend George Pickens made yet another stupid comment after the game, after getting in a fight on the last play and not participating in the last play. Did you see that?
No.
I heard about it. Who did he get in a fight with?
He got in a fight with one of the defensive backs, and then apparently with someone in the crowd right after that.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, but he was not engaged in the Hail Mary play because he was too busy jousting. And then after the game said, the Browns are terrible. They're a terrible team that he doesn't respect. And that the snow was the problem with the Steelers today. Well, both teams had to play in it, bro.
Right.
That's the stupidest thing anybody could say.
That was an Eberflus.
No, yeah. But I gotta say, and this goes back to the Ravens game too. The Steelers' offense is stuck in neutral. The play calling's abysmal. I just heard a stat yesterday. They're only 53 or 57% on third or fourth and short. They're only converting like half of those. That's insanely bad. And they're 30th in league in red zone offense. They're terrible. This team's a fraud. I've been telling you guys, they're only winning 2 more games. I'm telling you. I've been telling you all year. This team is a fraud.
But their defense keeps them in every game, so that gives them a 50 shot. I know. I know. Of course, they falter.
It's actually ranked pretty low too.
Oh, are they?
Oh yeah. In fact, I can call it up in a second here.
Then I don't know how they get 8-3.
I still don't know how they lost to Dallas.
Got an 8-3 on Russell Wilson splash plays, which haven't happened in the last 2 weeks. The other problem is, I mean, Artie Smith's play calling is abysmal, and the Steelers cost themselves that game. They had the lead with the ball with 3 minutes to go, and they bring in Justin Fields, literally cold. He hasn't thrown a ball in how many weeks now? 4. They bring him in a blizzard off the bench to throw a deep pass to Pickens, a one-on-one, a 50-50 ball.
That I don't get.
On 3rd and 4 with the game on the line? What are you doing? What are you doing? I know when you bring him in, everybody thinks he's going to run, so you got to keep the defense honest and have him throw, but not there. Not there. That's just insane.
That was confusing.
I know it's late, so I apologize because I forgot everything you said. So those were Keith's stat of the day. I don't know what the hell he said anyway. He made some stats that had to go away. Pittsburgh Steelers offense is going where? To the stat of the day.
So Edson, they are the worst team in the league tackling the Steelers.
What?
What? Nah, that's very surprising.
No team can be worse than the Jets. Sorry.
They're worse than the Jets. They're 32nd with tackles. They're 23rd in sacks from the vaunted sack machine. Everybody talks about their outside linebackers being so dominant. TJ Watt didn't even show up last week. So they're 23rd. And the only place where they are in the top 5 is in turnovers. They're 5th in interceptions, 4th.
Yeah, they're very opportunistic with the turnovers.
That is what's making their defense stand up.
Yeah.
Because you look at that, they're not tackling and they're not getting pressure on the quarterback. So
that's very surprising for a Pittsburgh team.
I've been telling you they're not good. And if you look at their offensive numbers, they're even worse. Let's see, offense. They are 28th in passing, 28th in receiving, 32nd in first downs, 15th in points, and the only decent is their 8th in rushing overall. So this is not a good football team. I've been telling people they're not a good football team. Nobody.
That's very surprising. Very surprising to me.
Their kicking game is good.
Yeah, Boswell's awesome.
That's the other. So there you go. They turn people over. Their special teams are at the top. The special teams are amazing. They turn people over. They do special teams. Have great special teams splash plays here and there, and they can run the ball and kick field goals. That's not it. You're not going anywhere in the playoffs like that. Sorry, they're going to be 10-7, and they're going out in the first round like every single damn year. And then Artie Smith is going to take the job at North Carolina. Bye bye. Hey, we could get Eberflus.
Yeah.
Don't do
there
that.
You go. Come on, Art Rooney. Hire Matt Eberflus to run the offense. Guy's a genius. All right, the Chiefs and the Panthers.
We can skip this one.
No, we can't skip this one.
And Kansas
City.
City
Who wants to go? Somebody else rant. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, after my team's debacle, I can't get up the strength to rant. But Kansas City just keeps doing this all year long, where they bring whatever the opponent is, they bring them right to the edge. It's like a cat playing with their toys. But one of these times, that toy is gonna come up and eat them. I don't know.
It feels that way, but I don't think this is intentional. I don't think the cat playing with the toy or playing with their food it doesn't look that way to me.
I know.
These games actually look like a genuine struggle.
It does look like they're struggling, but there is a different gear that they turn on if they're within one score or whatever that somehow gets it done in the end. Given of course it wouldn't work against Buffalo because you're down by more than one score, but you have to be within one score for that to happen. And I don't know what happens there. Do you think that, like, for example, I don't know if it happened with Carolina or the latest game. Yeah, it was with Carolina when they went for that game-winning field goal. Mahomes just literally runs down the sideline for like 40 yards. You think at some point the defenders were like, well, we can't touch him, so we got to hope that he goes out of bounds or something? I don't know. I don't know what the heck.
how many times have we seen him take off on a game-winning drive?
He's good. I mean, I have to give him props. He's a good quarterback.
But I'm being serious. Are they afraid to touch him?
Well, if you watched our opening thing, yeah, they'll get a flag and Mahomes gets to pick where he wants to put the ball, or they win by 50 points. Yeah, and Bryce Young is, I'll tell you what, since he got benched,
yeah,
he looks like a real NFL quarterback all of a sudden. Now, was he watching Andy Dalton? Did maybe the benching just shook him up and like he put his game face on? Maybe he was playing soft. Something happened to him because they've been legit since he came back.
Or maybe he was just too, all the pressure was too wired to even think straight, and now it's like, oh, I got a chance to calm down, and now I can play, my game, or I don't know.
That's whatever happened. I mean, he made the best of the adversity, so good on him. Because I thought we would never see him again as a starter, anyway.
Well, as much as we talk bad about Kansas City, there's one thing that's undeniable. He's got a great coach. Andy Reid is a wizard. That's one thing. He's a great coach.
I know. Yeah, they always figure out a way. We with Spagnuolo calling the defense too. That's the difference with the Chiefs this year is their defense, because that offense is not great.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Right.
They're really struggling. I mean, yesterday. Well, we'll get to yesterday. Let's go to this game. So there were some crazy games last Sunday, by the way. The three of us were texting each other like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then one of us said, oh my God. This one, oh my God. Caleb Williams brought them back.
Yeah.
And Eberflus.
What can you say? It's like...
I didn't have the time to go digging for these press conference things from him, but let's go back a couple of weeks to the Hail Mary game against the Redskins. Remember when he let Washington get that extra play off? They got them 12 or 15 yards closer. And then in his post game, he said, that play doesn't matter. It comes down to the last one anyway.
Yep.
Well, he did the inverse of that to himself this week, where he didn't bother to run a play to get his team closer, and then they missed game-winning kick. I mean, run a play, you get 4 or 5 yards closer. Yeah. Maybe you make that kick, and you walk off the field in the fourth quarter with the win.
It's like this. I was talking to a Chicago Bears fan yesterday at work. I said, soon as the guy from Detroit sacked Williams, call the timeout, run to your coach, call 3 plays while you're talking to the coach.
Let's get to that game later. But
okay, but
yeah, you're right.
No, you're. I Thursday night watching the Steeler game, I was ranting about Eberflus effing up again.
Yes,
with the clock man, the extra play thing. Like, what is wrong with this guy? I was like, I don't know how he's not fired. That's 2 times now. And then, like, as you were going to point out, Bruce, and you can point out when we get to it, Thursday night, I guess 3 times and you're out. The hat trick of bad clock management, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't this the second straight game that they had a easily makeable field goal blocked, like right from the same side?
There were a lot of blocks last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But they should have learned from their Green Bay game, you would think. But whatever.
Yeah, he kicks it low, right?
Yeah, but then I guess you have to work on it. I don't know.
Oh, you definitely got to work on it. I've never seen a team with that much talent this bad. Oh, wait. Yes, I have. The Cowboys. But other than that.
Hey, 2 in a row.
Yeah. Boy. But yeah, tough loss. Caleb Williams is starting to look really good. In fact, check out this scramble in this dime he throws on this play.
Pressure comes. Gets away from Van Ginkel. Still under pressure. Floats it down the sideline. And somehow Swift finds it.
Wow. That's what he's been doing.
Yep.
You know. Yep. Yeah, it's a shame. But you know what? They get the right coaching staff in there. I think they're going to be okay.
I have a feeling that Eberflus is going to do a Bobby Valentine. You know what I mean?
Fake nose and mustache.
Right, he's going to go out there and say, I wasn't fired. He's going to go on the stands and like talk to the offensive coordinator. He looks like a gangster anyway. Hey, I got a play for you. Do this play. We'll do it well. He's gonna put the nose on and everything.
It's crazy, and I reference it every week. But That's Good Sports with Brandon Perna. I highly suggest watching it on YouTube. He did a deep dive into the Eberflus era, and he brought up clips from the previous two coaches. They all did the same kind of shit. Like he took these press conference clippings, 2013, 2017, 2024. He's like, they keep hiring the same guy. It's a different person, but it's the same guy in Chicago. Go out there now, bring in Mike Vrabel, bring in Bill Belichick.
Ooh.
What could Bill Belichick do with this team?
I don't know. Well,
they have a good defense,
outside.
A really good offense, full of talent.
He would have gotten
talented young quarterback. I kept thinking Belichick to Dallas, but now it looks like
I think he might go.
I think I'm going to keep him.
I think he might go to Jacksonville, actually. But
you think so?
Yeah,
because it's warm down there.
Yeah,
he's got to keep his girlfriend happy.
I thought they broke up.
They might have. I don't know.
Although the other day they showed him with her, like a photo. I don't know. This game, holy cow! Who had the flying mayonnaise boy putting up 32 on Houston?
I remember I was texting. He was at one point. He was like 11 for 12. I was like, oh, he's playing like golf. And then the very next play, pick six, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
That was the best text. You were on that thread, right, Bruce, or did you just send that to me?
No, I sent it to both of you.
Yeah,
I remember reading that. I'm like, what just happened?
And then 1 second later, never mind, he threw a pick six.
But
it was like 1 second later.
Oh man, it must have happened right when I was texting the first text.
This was kind of frustrating because Houston kept getting a 7 or a 10-point lead and then giving it away.
Gave it away
all through the game. They kept building a lead and giving it away, and building a lead and giving it away. And then Tennessee blew by. I mean, hey, I'm wrong. I was wrong about Levis. I said he was trash. He's looking pretty good.
He's actually looking not bad. He always has at least one dumb play, and he is under a lot of under. I mean, they had 8 sacks on him, but still, he got up and kept coming back.
Well, he's not getting screamed at by his head coach anymore, so that's got to be a good sign.
Yeah,
Callahan's like, instead of what the fuck, he's more like, okay, shake it off.
Oh, great. No, don't do that, please. I'm begging you, don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just Taylor Swift you?
Yes. I'm feeling kind of woozy.
I think, look, we said it last week. The Texans are done.
Yeah, what's going on?
They're not a good team. They're going to win the division.
They're going to sneak in there, but they're not going to do anything when they're in there.
Yeah, Stroud just looks awful. It's weird with Stroud, too. Have you noticed it's the second half of these games? Like, he's fine in the first half, and then in the second half, he becomes inept.
I don't know.
CJ, you're letting me down, bro.
Yeah.
You're my guy coming into this year now. Man. All right. Detriat just keeps on moving, man.
Right.
Yeah, that was a typical game for the Lions. And Richardson for the Colts. I just love how he's just like, it's like 1 out of 3 passes. 1 out of 4 maybe is this amazing play, and then everything else is just like, where the heck is the receiver anywhere near the ball? I don't know.
They're still looking for Marvin Harrison. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
What was with those uniforms the Colts wore? Those were hideous.
They're trying to distract you away from their play.
Don't tell me they wore those Thanksgiving uniforms with the double. Was it double?
The helmets were like. Let me see. I could find it real quick while we're talking here.
And I believe in this game with the Lions, they have like a tandem. I can't think of their names right now, but the tandem running backs, and they each
Gibbs and Montgomery,
and they got to like 10 touchdowns each at this for the season. It's like I'm not sure. I haven't heard that before from.
I think that's the first time in history. I think. But
so, which is why they have such a balanced offense. It's like very, very difficult to stop them.
Sonic and Knuckles, yeah,
especially with the best line there. So.
Let's see. I'm looking for these Colts uniforms. There's this great site called sportslogos.net. And he puts it here. They are. These are awful, Bruce. Ready?
Yeah.
Look at that. Those are what the F.
I'm scared.
Oh, that's cool.
No. No. Those look like those bad shirts my mom used to send me to school in.
Oh.
You're not going out anywhere until you put your Coast logo on.
Yeah, well, Richardson reverted back to Richardson. And
yep.
I don't see Detroit getting stopped. I just don't.
This weekend, they're getting stopped. We'll talk about that later.
I know we're gonna get to it eventually. I mean, I saw some warning signs against Chicago that kind of gives me worry about them, which makes me look forward to when they play Green Bay. But that's
gonna be a good game.
All right, we'll move
this
on.
This game, it's like the Thursday game sapped every excitement I got out of this game. It's like,
well,
yeah, the Dolphins look great. 4 touchdown passes from Tua. But it is the Patriots, so I don't know, what you get out of that.
Yeah, but and I looked long and hard for this clip. I couldn't believe, like, I download these like Miami, New England highlight packages, and I go through it. I couldn't find what this play I saw. I finally found it. It's low quality, but did you see this no look pitch?
Oh. Talk about you gotta have it like your timing down. Jeez.
Totally.
You're looking.
Trust that he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't look, he just threw it behind him.
I know.
And you have to get just enough height in
you have to have
perfect,
everything's just trust in that play that gets called. Wow. It's just in that situation, that is like I really like him, and I don't think he's the issue that when they're not doing well. Obviously, they did horrible when he was out, so but their defense needs to be much better.
Yeah.
Eberflus can be your defensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
No, it's crazy. They ran that no look thing in the second quarter too. It's not like they were pouring it on with a 3-score lead. Like that could have been a critical mistake. But yeah, I'm with you, Edson. The reason the Dolphins have dug themselves such a big hole is because without him, they're not any good. The Patriots, I know Drake May did okay in spots, but the Patriots
their learning is growing pains.
They know they have the quarterback. Now they really have to build the team around them.
Yeah, they really do. There's just nothing there. All right. Tommy DeVito.
What can you say about that?
Tommy DeVito made a start for the Giants. I mean, we all had this game, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was a layup game for me.
Yeah, I had it too. Baker Mayfield. What can you say about Baker Mayfield? If you don't like Baker Mayfield, check your brain. Like, what's going on with you? Because
he's so much fun.
The hustle on this guy. Have you? I put together a quick little montage of his hustles. Check this out. There's a fumble that he runs from. I think he's in the shotgun, and it's like he runs up and gets it. Like it shoots through one of the Giants' legs or something.
Yeah.
He runs up and gets it. Watch the second clip where Bucky Irving takes off on a 53-yard run, and Mayfield ends up in front of him,
blocking for him,
downfield. And then of course, a rushing touchdown. But this guy, pure hustle.
Yeah, that obviously wasn't a fumble at the end, but
he scored. He broke the plane. It was
that second play where he actually runs up in front of the runner and to be a blocker.
That was nasty. That was good.
The guy has no regard for his own body, right?
I applaud him for the fumble recovery, but man, that's such a bad look for the Giants that that ball was literally on the ground for like 4 seconds before someone even like thinks to get it.
And they're standing around. They're not even. There's a couple of Giants linemen just standing there, like they're not even looking for it. They're just standing there. I mean, maybe they weren't aware that there was a fumble. I don't know, but
jeez,
they were doing the Cam Newton imitation. I'm not touching that. No, you dropped it. No, you pick it up.
His alertness, his awareness of and he's in the entire game. Like the guys, he's in the game. To be running downfield and blocking for Bucky Irving, who broke a run, like most quarterbacks stand there and watch when a guy breaks a run.
Yeah.
The fact that he was all the way down at midfield blocking for him, it's just he's prone to make some really goofy mistakes, but you can't hate this guy,
right?
At all.
Did you see how hilarious he was in the post, like real quick in the post game? Like they tried to drum up some controversy with him, and they're asking him, what was that dance you did for, trying to make fun of? And he goes, no, that was a tribute. It was a tribute to him. I know how much New York loves him, so I was trying to make. No, he said it was. That's why he did it. He was like already like it wasn't even a pause, and then they followed up with even a stupider question. Like, oh, so are you Italian by any chance? Like some kind of cultural appropriation question, the stupidity of these. And he goes, well, I mean, I haven't done a 23andMe genetic test, but I might be. He just had the perfect answer.
Beautiful.
He completely disarmed them, and he was so awesome.
We got to have the Baker Mayfield, Jameis Winston soundbite off or something like those guys.
That was like so good.
Characters of the game, right?
Characters of the
old
game.
Enough to remember characters of the game. There were always these funny, wacky Thomas Hollywood Henderson, Lawrence Taylor, like Deion Sanders. Like it seems like a lot of these guys are gone now. Now it's like if you're a little bit eccentric, it's a bad thing. Like you said, oh, what were you? Your cultural appropriation, making fun of Italians. Shut
up. That's what they go to. You can't keep it to the football field. That's what you're asking them. That's so stupid.
No, the ultimate. You're talking about stupid questions. Okay, I'm going to go back old school. When the Redskins played Denver in the Super Bowl, when the reporter asked Doug Williams this question.
Oh my God.
So, Doug, how long have you been a black quarterback?
I'll never, ever forget that. Oh, my God. We'll have to dig that one up at Super Bowl time.
That's so bad.
So
bad.
You can't hate the media enough. And while we're talking about the Redskins.
Oh, yeah. This was great.
Big news this week.
I can't believe it.
The awesome. Redskins logo will be uncanceled.
That's God. So awesome.
So let's make a prediction, all three of us. So what this is right now is that that iconography is banned, right?
Right.
They just suppress any existence of this team prior to football team in 2020. Like I've heard through social media and whatnot that there are actually sites where if you go look at old Super Bowl highlights of the Redskins Super Bowls, they blur out the emblem on the helmet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that's insane. Just wipe out an entire existence of indigenous people for your own virtue signaling. So what now is they're going to be able to sell T-shirts again of Redskins. They're going to be able to maybe do a throwback day where they wear the old uniforms. I'm predicting right now, 2026. They will be the Redskins again.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to change it back. They're not going to change it back right away because they've put a lot of money into the rebrand.
Yep.
And they won't change it for next year. They're going to just try to be cool about it. I think next year is where you'll see the throwback day. If they start selling shirts and those shirts start selling like wildfire, shirts, hats, stickers, boosters. If the Redskin stuff starts outselling the Commander stuff, they will make that switch immediately.
Oh, yeah. Bottom line.
Since I live down here, let me give you some more news. They're thinking, this is my take. a little bit of time, but they're thinking about finally tearing down RFK and opening up that land so they can build a new stadium.
Wow.
So it'll be really coincidental. Oh, I impressed myself with that word. It'll be really coincidental if the Redskins name comes back to the new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Which that'll be about 2028. They're thinking about.
That would be.
I think that was here. It is actually early this year. A local DC news station came under fire and was revealed it was blurring or removing the logo in archival footage and photographs of the team. So I think that they won't approve legislation for the new building, the new stadium, until they never censor the logo or degrade it again. So that was the leverage. They want a new stadium. You bring back Redskins, you in some form, and this is the seed that will grow a great oak.
Wow.
Yeah.
And every day, like 2 or 3 times a week, I have to go by RFK. It's sad.
It's like a Monty Python joke. It's sunk in the swamp.
Way to go!
So we built another one. That's sinking to the swamp.
That's sinking to the swamp. That burned down, fell over, and then sinking to the swamp.
But the fourth one stayed up.
Wow.
Only on this show you get a Monty Python reference.
I could spend a whole stream doing that show movie.
So Bruce, one of the clips I forgot to clip, and I was thinking about it all week, and it was to clip you from last week's show saying, I'm really worried about this game with the Cowboys because, and you brought up all these, past instances where they were having a great year and the Cowboys came in and beat them.
Yep.
In Washington. And
that's exactly what happened.
This was such a crazy game. It's like it was kind of boring until the last 4 minutes. And then something happened. Somebody put some kind of spell or something. I don't know what the heck happened.
I have a montage of the last 3 minutes of this game. Would anyone like to see it?
Oh yeah, go ahead, please.
Here we go.
Second and goal. He's got one-on-one with McLaurin. Instead, chips it over the middle for a Zach Ertz touchdown. Eckler's the running back. Leads the way for Daniels. Bounces to the edge and gets 2.
Now with free ability to stop the clock, 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, they can kick this thing deep.
Line drive to Turpin. The bounces through his legs. Here he comes. Devontae Turpin spinning free. Here he goes. Fastest man in the NFL. Devontae Turpin takes it all the way. Touchdown Dallas. Selby's kick is good. Perfect strategy. Great call. Oh, now he just unleashed the quarterback. Half a minute, no timeout. Daniels throws down the sideline for Terry McLaurin. McLaurin is loose. Lightning strikes twice in Washington. For the tie. Low snap. It is no good. And the worst special teams day in history has a fitting finish. Went to the left. Goes straight ahead this time, and it's picked up, and it'll put the nail in the coffin. End of William Thomas.
Wow.
All that happened in 3 minutes.
Yep.
That's insane.
The worst part is, since I grew up here, it's horrible because you hear the Cowboy fans louder than the Redskins fans.
You know what's a shame too? Cowboys fans showed up in bags and won that game.
Yep.
Cowboy bags were there, not Jets bags, but Cowboys bags. Maybe
Copyright
they were
infringement.
Well, it could be Jets bags because they had the week off. The Jets bags went down there and rooted for the Cowboys. It didn't work. But I mean, okay, up to that point, up to the 3 minutes left, the Cowboys definitely carried the play. Daniels looked a little sketchy. Special teams were abysmal. How many missed kicks, block kicks? I mean, my God. There were turnovers all over the field. It was a sloppy game, like you said, Edson. And then somebody plugged in the electricity. Holy moly. There were 4 scores in the last 3 minutes.
I wonder if there was ever a thought to go for like a 2-point win at the end instead of I know it's easy for me to say that with the extra point, but there was the special teams was so bad. So I don't know. That
right.
kind of like a thought. I don't know.
When he kicked it off to Turpin and Turpin dropped it and then went back and did the Denny Savard spinorama. Yeah, I'm dating myself. Denny Savard. Anybody remember him from the Chicago Blackhawks in the 70s and 80s? Denny Savard.
Yes. Was he award number 18?
Mm-hmm. His famous move was a spinorama. He did that 360 spin, and he would score on it a lot. He'd do a spin and backhand it into the, goalies were like, rawr. Of course, goalies were awful back then, but they played standing up, so they would just kind of kick at it.
Speaking of goalies, real quick, because of you, I still hear when a goalie comes out of the game, he's totally bad. I still hear you screaming the word Civ.
Oh, yeah.
That was old school.
My nickname on my hockey teams was Civvy. Yeah. Look it up, folks. Look it up. It's a strainer. It means there's holes.
Yeah.
So anyway, Turpin picks it up, does the spinorama, and it looks like they've got him contained. Like they're going to nail him, right? I'm like, oh, he's dead. And then he manages to wiggle out of it, wiggle free. And then, my God, he's so fast. Yeah. How was this guy in the UFL? How was he in the UFL?
Yeah, I don't know.
My goodness. Dallas, I mean, this is, again, and I sit back and look at stuff like this, and I'm like, how is Dallas not any good? With a guy with a burner like him, how could you not get him involved in the offense more?
It's crazy that they're
wasting
so much.
He's got world-class speed, man. He's Jesse Owens in pads. What are you doing? I don't know. Anyway, but that was crazy. And then, so the Washington scores, they get the 2 points. It's a field goal game. And then that happens. And then they stop Dallas 3 and out and get the ball back on what was that, 22-yard line or 14? It was an 86-yard pass. So
a 14-yard line. Yeah, that's right.
And with how many seconds were left?
30.
You're like, they're done. They had no timeouts. And he hits McLaurin down the sideline. And again, it looks like there's 4 Cowboys around him. And it was like the same thing. All of a sudden, he just finds a hole in there and he's gone. Like I was sitting. I remember I was sitting at my kitchen table having something to eat, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on here?" I couldn't.
They're all looking at each other. It's like, "Oh, you got him. You got him. No, you got him." Oh,
and then the curse. The announcer said, "Well, they still got to make the extra point."
Yeah.
What could? Oh, wait. I have a clip for that. Here we go.
What could possibly go wrong?
Right. What could possibly go wrong?
The thing that makes it so bad, though, is just before that happened, he makes a 51-yard field goal.
I know. You're right.
That's crazy.
You're right, because they had to settle for the field goal on the drive before that because they needed 2 scores. They needed 10.
Either way, they needed 2 scores.
So they smartly took the long field goal. It worked for them. Boy, my God. And then I love the announcer, after he misses the extra point, that puts a capper on the worst special teams game of the year.
Exactly.
And then oh no, there's still one more to go.
But wait, there's still more.
There's still more. They do the onside kick and let Dallas run it all the way back in. I've never seen that either, where they recover an onside kick and run it all the way back.
I could have seen that guy just bounce it off of him and Washington getting the ball back, but man, no, he did it.
But to take it, scoop and score, have you ever seen an onside kick scoop and score? Usually you dive on it.
Usually, that's all. That's it.
So
I'm sure it's happened maybe once. I don't know.
But boy, I'll tell you what. You watch that and you're like, this is why football's great, right?
Yes.
Never expected this.
Never expected. So we had the Bears, Minnesota, similar situation. Tennessee, Houston, similar situation. But this was the granddaddy of them all. I mean, you don't see the last 3 minutes. It's funny. You ever watch football with your mom or your girlfriend, and they don't like football, and they always go, "Oh, why did the last couple minutes take so long? Oh, there's 2 minutes to go, and it takes an hour." That's why.
Oh yeah,
that's why.
And I always tell them because it matters. Because every second on the clock matters. Remember Chiefs Bills AFC divisional round, 13 seconds to go. Looks like the Bills got it wrapped up. Oh, but no.
That was like the, oh my gosh, yeah.
Just hold on. There's still 13 seconds to go.
Mhm.
Mahomes got them down the field and they won the damn game. So,
well, the ultimate about thinking the game is. I still remember this Thanksgiving Day, 1993, the Leon Lett game.
Oh
where
yeah, there's that one.
Miami kicked a field goal and it was blocked, and the camera went over to the sidelines, showing Jerry Jones while the play is still live.
Yep.
Jerry Jones, and they show Emmitt Smith hugging Troy Aikman, and you hear Bob Trumpy saying, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Leon Lett kicked the ball, and it was a live ball. Miami jumped on it and ended up winning the game. I was thinking about that game driving to my brother's house on Thanksgiving Day at Bruce. I seriously was. I was like, that might have been one of my favorite Thanksgiving Day games ever because there was a snowstorm in Dallas.
Yeah. Yes, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was nuts. It was just you never know what you're going to see in this game, and just when you think you've got it figured out or you've seen it all, Washington and Dallas snap the ball, and weird shit happens. Right?
Wait a minute. You and I remember a game that Edson remembers from way back when.
Well, I've seen the archival footage. Come on.
I'm telling you, I had to get out of one of those feather dusters and get the cobwebs out, but I remember.
I saw the TV. I remember watching that on the black and white 12-inch television. I was banned to the kitchen.
Yeah. I was watching that when I was still in the nursing home. Yeah. Great stuff. Speaking of great stuff, the Denver Broncos,
they're good.
Are looking pretty darn good.
Yeah,
they're a top 10 defense, and Bo Nix ain't no pretender anymore. Holy mackerel!
Yeah, Peyton has developed him really well, and all the attention went away from him. You know, no one really thought much of him with Caleb and Daniels,
and even Drake May.
Little by little, it's like all of a sudden, it's like they're now like they had Kansas City beaten with the blocked field goal, and
I've got something for that later.
And so that you could make an argument that they can just beat just about anybody. So and I think they're going to make the playoffs for sure.
I do too, and. You know, it's funny with all the talk at the draft with the top two quarterbacks, Caleb and Jaden Daniels, the first two picks, and the rest of them were like also Rans. Yeah, Drake May, man, maybe Bo Nick, man, and you know, a lot of people thought they had second or even third round grades on them, and they both went in the first round. And this is a good quarterback draft class. We got 4 good quarterbacks out of this draft class, arguably. Yeah, Denver just looks good. Bo Nix is fearless. Did you see this? Well, I had it in the open of our show with when he was giving the crazy eyes to. I think he's got a little bit of psycho pirate in him. You know, so.
Psycho.
Let's get to Bruce's. Bruce is loving this one.
He's having a great 10 days.
Now let's put an asterisk here, though. I mean, the 49ers came in there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one.
They were like the 48ers or the 47ers.
But still, I mean, you expected Green Bay to win, but come on, 49ers need to show up a little bit. Can't just get blown out like that. I get it. They have injuries, but you know, if you're gonna be, at least contending, you got to show up a little bit more than just this.
Shredded by Josh Jacobs. Which, by the way, was the guy I was trying to remember last week. that the Raiders let go. Like, what do you?
What the heck are they doing? But
what are you doing? And I want to. We'll get to the Eagles Rams in a second here, but I've been saying now for about 2 years, it looks like the running back is coming back. In the league. I think the running back is en vogue now. Again, and they're not going to get the bad contracts anymore. I think they're going to start to get paid what they're worth.
Right.
Yeah, you got Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs here, and of course
Saquon Barkley,
the Eagles running back.
That guy.
That guy.
Yeah, what's his name again? Charles Barkley. But yeah, good
I am
win.
not in that thing.
Apparently, he wasn't good enough to be in New York. So,
But the Packers did what you're supposed to do. Like, you know, when you have a bad team or a wounded team, you don't fart around with them. You don't leave them hanging around like the Chiefs and the Panthers. You step on their throat.
That's it. You finish it. Yeah, they have both them and the Lions are, seem to have that characteristic this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've got, what was this? It was like 24 zip at halftime, something like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was, I mean, by the end of the first quarter, it was pretty obvious what was going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I had it on as background noise from that point forward. I didn't even bother to watch the rest of the game. This one, did somebody have Arizona?
Yeah, no, I had the Seahawks, and I was very happy about this because I took.
I think I did. I think I took Arizona.
I took a chance that I picked the Seahawks on this, and I was like, yeah, that's good because Cardinals were like a 4-game winning streak. They seemed they're running their offense seemed unstoppable, and the Seattle certainly had their game plan for them.
Yeah, I mean, it almost felt like they won the lottery, winning 4 games in a row. They're
right.
Their team with like little expectations, and they've been, I think, playing above their roster levels. They're surprising, but they're well coached. But this whole division, what a mess!
What a quagmire!
Really is a freaking mess. And who would have thought the 49ers would be in last place?
Yeah,
man.
49ers, and then the Rams also down there, and the top 2 are Cardinals and Seattle.
It got flip-flopped. Everybody thought the other way around. And this game was close until Kyler Murray threw that awful pick 6 to Kobe Bryant.
Right, that's true. Yeah, it was very close. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Kobe Bryant picked that ball off and went 65, 70 yards. He didn't dribble it once. He ran they didn't call him for traveling. What the hell?
He was good.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared, Bruce. Embrace the humor.
Hey, your team's doing awesome.
Yeah, your team is doing awesome. All right, and then this game.
This one, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't expect the Eagles to win. I just didn't expect them to just demolish the Rams like this. Their defense,
they're playing.
Oh my gosh,
they're playing really well. They got a big game this week, but they're playing great. That's gonna be a tough game. They're playing this week, but last week. Do you know? Here's a stat of the day for you. The stat of the day is Sunday night and Monday night football was the first time 4 teams played in the same stadium.
Oh my!
I mean, two teams played in the same stadium.
Yeah, wow. The Rams and the Chargers were home on back-to-back nights. And they've had SoFi Stadium on primetime games how many times this year?
A lot.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what's his name, the Rams owner there. He's greasing the league and gave him a little bit of money to put him on.
I think my favorite stadium besides Lambeau used to be the LA Coliseum. I don't know, there's something about it I liked.
It had that ancient Roman thing.
Yes.
Terrible place to watch a game because you were like miles away from the field.
Right.
Because it had the track, and field track around it. I miss games on grass and dirt though. I do.
Yeah. That's the best kind of football.
Yeah.
You watch,
I'm sorry.
That's what I was going to say. If you watch, okay, Edson, you can't play. If you watch games from like the 60s and the early 70s when turf was just coming into the league, if you look at some of the field conditions. It's the games in the 60s when it rained. It was a mud bog. It was.
It's like running through puddles. And
right.
Just like...
Yeah, I think one of the worst things that happened to the league were the round cookie cutter stadiums with the AstroTurf.
Right.
Three Rivers.
Multi-purpose, veteran stadium, the Vet in Philly.
Didn't they say the players said at the Vet it was so bad you could you could feel the wood slats underneath the field when you fell.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you remember the game, the preseason game between the Eagles and the Ravens, and the field. They put down the carpet, and who was that coach back then? I can see him.
Brian Billick.
Yes, Brian Billick said we're not going to play here because he was those uneven grooves.
Oh,
yeah. He put his foot down. His foot totally sank. Then he put his other foot down and it stayed up. He's like, what's going on here? We can't play on this field.
That field, you could look like a patch quilt sometimes, like where it got ripped and they would just sew a patch on it. It was that place was a dump. But yeah. And, now you got these stadiums with more character, and a lot of them have grass, but a lot of them went to that new polyturf that Neil O'Donnell's co-CEO of there.
Oh, wow.
A little bit better. The stuff with the little rubber pellets underneath. I like dirty guys with dirty uniforms and grass stuck in their face, man.
Yeah.
You don't get that anymore.
No.
And speaking of throwbacks, one last game from last week, the Har Bowl. The Chargers looked like they did with Staley.
I mean, they were competitive at the beginning, and then they just kind of like fell off. I don't know.
I still think you're going to do pretty good, though. I really do.
They lost Dobbs pretty early on, so that kind of took away their.
What killed him too? Yeah, Dobbins was out right away, which that really hurt. But he's not gone for the year, which will
right.
That's good. That's good.
Looked bad. It looked like he would be, which is the story for him year after year. He's always hurt.
Yeah.
What killed him is Quentin Johnston dropped 3 balls, especially right at the end. There was one he would have been gone. I mean, he had so much green in front of him, and he pulled his head away and dropped it on that little screen pass there.
Yeah, they had a lot of drops.
A lot of drops. Hey, you know what? The Chargers, though, they're still ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody expected this out of them, especially the team that got rid of all their skilled players. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. They're all gone. They're starting over. So
them and the Broncos might be pretty dangerous in the playoffs that some team might not want to see coming.
Yeah. And it didn't help that they gave up 140 to Derrick Henry, And again, a lot of that in the second half. Derrick Henry
defense,
he closes.
When they get tired,
Derrick Henry's a beast.
Because their defense is much better than this. Like they never even gave up more than 20 points up till now, and then they gave up 30 here.
Yeah, I think they're the top defense in the AFC, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's just, that game played out exactly as I thought it would. I wanted the result to be flip-flopped.
Right.
For obvious reasons, a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
Even though the Steelers aren't going anywhere this year. All right, that brings us to what happened to my camera? Oh my goodness, let me do this.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
What did happen?
We'll be right back there. How
that was weird.
Did we say how we did this week? Let's do the standings.
Let's do that.
We skipped over that.
We did skip over that.
Sorry, Edson. I saw the telepathic look you just gave me. I'm like,
I was
sorry,
too
bro.
busy swearing at the Chiefs.
Oh no, I did pretty good. So it's not like I'm saying I wanted to skip it.
Bruce, we'll start with you. How'd you do?
3-2.
3-2. 3-2. That makes whoops. Yeah, there we go. And then whoops. That makes you go there. That puts you at 38-22 this year. Most good. All right. First place guy, what'd you do? Whoops.
4-1.
4-1.
Damn, Houston could have took away the fiver.
Yeah.
I think we all lost that game.
Yeah.
I think we all did. Lost that game. So Edson, you are now at 42-18. You have a 4-game lead over Bruce. I also went 4-1. So that puts me at let's see here.
I think we had like 3 of the same.
I think we
did.
Not all of them, but
really? I thought we had like all of them the same, me and you.
No. Because right. I know when I picked Seattle, like no one else thought of that game.
Oh, you're right.
What did you? I think you might have had.
I had Denver, Tampa, Miami, Detroit, and Houston.
Oh, it was Detroit. That was different. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had the Seahawks.
So I went 4-1. I'm 37-21. I'm 1 behind Bruce. I closed that up by a game, but I'm 5 behind you, Edson. So
yeah, I picked Houston over Tennessee and Washington over Dallas.
There's only 6 weeks left, so you know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to put on a full court press and pick like games that you don't have, and probably risk. I'm gonna have to risk the whole thing and pick awful games.
Not yet.
I'm getting close. 6 weeks. That's not a lot of time to make up 5 games.
All you
It's
need
happened. It's happened in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But this isn't the end of the Dallas Redskins game, all right?
Yeah. I'm due for a 1-4.
No, you're not. Yeah.
No, you're
I'd love
not.
to
Yeah.
see it, but it ain't gonna happen.
It might. You never know.
Oh, it might.
Like I said, every week, like I said, Edson makes his picks on Wednesday.
I was literally here.
No, you weren't.
Oh man. So we're gonna include the Thanksgiving and Black Friday games in our recap this week. But you can't talk about Thanksgiving Day games without Mr. Madden.
I carry a picture of Red Grange around, and I look at this and I think the first Thanksgiving Day game ever played was here in Detroit, the Chicago Bears at Detroit, and Red Grange was in that game. And I think when you have that, when you have Red Grange, and you have turkey and stuffing and dumplings and football and the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions, I don't think it gets any better than it.
He was such a treasure.
He was a great guy.
I have like 2 more clips of him before we close out. And oh man.
Remember when
I was pulling them out? I just got so nostalgic and I got sad. I miss that guy.
I know.
Yes.
He's one of those few people you could make the argument should be immortal.
I love when he had the turkeys with like 20 legs.
Oh, that's coming. I got video of that. I wanted to play that one. Sorry.
The thing I really liked about Madden is he made you would look forward to a really bizarre play and something would happen and it would say, let's go to Madden about that. He had the telestrator and say, okay, now this happened over here. And boom, if you don't go that, it would like totally do the circles and everything. Well, and there we go. And it's like, that's the way it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. What an absolute national treasure he was. And
yes.
And for you youngins who never got to see him, go back and watch some classic games that he called, especially when he was with Pat Summerall. Like,
yeah. Pat Summerall was such a great foil to him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was great about Summerall is he let the game breathe. He didn't talk over the action. A lot of the problems with the modern announcers, they just talk through everything. He would just, how many times, Troy Aikman. That's all he would say. Like when he went back to pass, and he would let the play happen.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin, first down. And that's all he would say. And then Madden, of course, would, like you said, Bruce, he'd grab that telestrator. It got to be, I think after a while, Madden realized that he was a cartoon character and he embraced, he would start scribbling all over the screen. Like at first, he'd do a diagram, but I think sometimes it was like by the end, his later years, he was scribbling all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's another old fact from me. I remember growing up to, Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire would do football games back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I remember Edson, don't do it, please. I'm begging you. That's when Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble were the backfield. Anyway, so I remember the first game with Madden and Summerall. I'm like, what are they bringing him in for? And that was probably the best decision that CBS ever made when they did that. Then Madden just like took off.
Bruce, I felt the same way because growing up watching him act like an imbecile on the sideline.
Right.
You're a kid watching. I was a kid in my 50s watching him play the Steelers a lot, and he's pulling out his hair and he's ranting and raving and walking up and down and screaming and yelling. When they put him on TV, I'm like, why'd they hire this jerk?
Right. I felt the same way. I'm like, what?
And within a year, I was like, wow, he was so different. He broke the mold. Everybody was so boxy. They were so formal with their presentation. And in comes Madden. He wasn't polished. He was a mess. He was kind of slovenly. And he spoke like a coach. He spoke like a real guy. When I think the fans embraced the fact that he was authentic, and that's
right. He didn't change anything. He was just him.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize he had the football mind. His football mind was incredible.
Oh, incredible. And it spawned generations of copycats. But he was the one who broke the mold in the football world anyway. Just an amazing. And hey, come on, he's got a video game named after him to this day. So, but I wanted to play that clip because he talked about Thanksgiving Day with the Bears and the Lions and how it doesn't get any better than that. And boy, oh boy, was he right.
Mm-hmm.
So Edson, you wanted to talk about Detroit.
Yeah, they were cruising right along in the first half. And here's the stat of the day. I don't think I've ever heard of this. Detroit had 279 total yards before the Bears even had a first down.
Stat of the day.
What
Edson gives us stat of the day. We don't care about it anyway, but Edson gave the what? Stat of the day.
And they were heading right for the typical Detroit, 40 to 13, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They missed a bunch of opportunities, like a penalty took away a touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal. They had a fumble down that was uncharacteristic. A fumble down at the 5-yard line that could have been another touchdown. They should have been up by at least 30 in the first half. And when I saw it was 16, I'm like, uh-oh. All the Bears need is one play, and next thing you know, this is a game. And sure enough,
the game felt like it turned when they went for Caleb's knees on that hit out of bounds.
I heard about that. I didn't see it. I heard about it.
That was one undisciplined, stupid thing. I'm going to bring up another one later on that I think was a key play too.
When I saw that, he got pissed off or something. He got fired up. The very next play, he throws a dart to Keenan Allen for a touchdown, and then the game just turned.
And he continued to play top level, and then the Detroit was barely just staying in there. I mean, they came back and took the lead at 23. It was 23-13, and then they stopped Chicago. They were driving down there. They were going to put the game away with another score right there at 23-13 with it was 9 minutes left or so, and a short 5-yard. I forgot the boneheaded receiver's name, but he caught a pass, went to the Bears sideline and threw it at some player's face, who didn't have a helmet on. It hit him in the face because he must have said something to him. Unsportsmanlike conduct. They took him out of first down. They missed the field goal. They couldn't even get any scores out of that. And then it's like the Bears put the pressure on them and almost won until that bad clock management,
which Bruce wanted to talk about.
36 seconds left. Williams gets sacked. Okay, while the Detroit Lions guy is doing his gyrating on the field, take a timeout.
Yeah.
Go see what's his name?
Eberflus.
You're good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Tom Brown, the new head coach.
Go out there. Just talk to your coach and say, we got 30 seconds. Give me 3 plays. But then again, the Bears go back to the line of scrimmage. And you ever notice that the football moves very, very fast? But when it starts moving very, very slow, when linemen have to go back to their positions trying to kill time, it's like, do. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, how much time we got? Okay. And you see Caleb Williams, he's still got 20 seconds. He's doing his adjusting his headphones, going trying to get the right frequency. And he's in the shotgun. He's calling signals. That took 10 seconds. Then, when you finally get the ball out of shotgun position, why are you throwing the ball in the middle of the field?
Right. Even if he caught that ball.
Oh, that would have been it.
Right.
Oh no, that is not. I think they still had a timeout left.
They did.
They did have a timeout left. They had. Yeah, that's why I said. I think they had 2.
I don't know if they would have gotten, if he caught the ball by the time he got tackled, the time might have run out.
That I understand because
he thought it would or the ball went over his head with 2 seconds.
The play itself just, ran the clock out, but
yeah. Yeah. I mean, if he catches that, if it hits his hands instead of going over his head, I think there was 2 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
By the time he hits the ground and they try to call timeout, it's probably too late.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No, the correct call is what Bruce said.
Yep.
Caleb gets sacked. You tee it up. That's it. You tee it up and you draw up a play. You don't have to go far.
Right. You draw up one or two plays.
One or two plays. And like you said, I mean, he spent a lot of time trying to hear the play call in his helmet. This is my problem with modern football. I hate the fact that the quarterbacks can't call their own plays, that they got to wait for something to get called in. You know, you see these delay of games all the time, too.
All the time.
All the time. You know, and it's amazing how, and you can see the non-Andy Reeds, the coaches with less, what's the word I'm looking for? Pedigree, do not do that. Like, you call a timeout, and like you said, Bruce, you give the quarterback a couple of plays.
Right.
Like, you tell them, okay, if we get stopped here, this is the next one. If we get a first down, try to run this. Like, what, you know, these guys, they get out there and they're like, when you see the quarterback doing this and the clock's ticking away, that's just bad coaching.
Well, they're looking at the sidelines. Hey, run through
it.
Yeah.
Run through it again. Yeah, right.
You know, and the coach.
So I think
coach has got the big, you know, IHOP menu there. And
yeah.
I'm just worried about one day the coach is going to say, okay, hold on. Okay, do the 5-5-5. What's that? Oh, if you're over 50, you get 5 pieces of bacon, 5 sausages, and 5 pancakes.
Well, that won't be me then.
It sometimes you think that they've made the game too technical. You know, sometimes the simplest things work better. Like they used to say Roethlisberger would draw stuff up in the dirt, you know, call his own plays at the end of games, like Russell Wilson did with Mike Williams earlier this year. The game against the Jets, where he said, you know, the Calvin Austin gets hurt. Williams has to go into the game. He just joined the team days earlier. Russell Wilson just pulled him aside and said, you know, on his hand, go over here.
Yep.
Sometimes that's the best. Just the quarterback's the one in the game. The quarterback's the one looking at the defenses. The quarterback's the one that knows his personnel. You know, sometimes just trust your quarterback to get the job done in a pinch. You don't have to relaying signals and calling up to the box, and it just kills so much time. It's amazing how many games I watch where you're watch these 2-minute drills and tick, 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 and you're like, what are they doing? Just get up there and snap it. But they're waiting for the call.
Well, another back in the day moment, I was watching highlights of the Dallas Cowboys playing San Francisco in 1970 NFC Championship game, and Landry used to call the plays, and he would shuttle his wide receivers in every play. It was like, and do you remember the days when Landry wasn't sure about his quarterback? He would shuttle Stahl back in for one play, then Morton in for another play. It was like constant movement. But I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, you know, they've like baseball, they've over-engineered the game, I think, in certain respects. You know, when you watch baseball now, it just drives me nuts. It's all analytics. Managers can't use their gut anymore. And what really bugs me is the DH in the National League too, because I'm a purist. There's so much strategy gets taken out of the game when the pitcher can't hit. You know what I mean? You know, double switches and all kinds of stuff. Do you leave your pitcher in? He's hot, but he's coming up to bat and we're down by a run. Like, it just changes the whole aspect of managing the game. Now you have a DH. It's like, whatever. So anyway, good win by the Lions. Bad finish by the Bears yet again, and it cost their head coach his yobby yob.
Yes, it did.
So before we get to this game, we have to go back to John Madden, because he's going to show us the proper way that you carve up a turducken.
The turducken. And so our friends at the Four Seasons cooked you a turducken. There it is.
What that is?
I think it's a turducken.
It is a turducken, but I got to show you how to. I can't show you. I need fresh turducken. I'm going to have crazy turducken. But anyway, here's how you slice it. See, a lot of people don't know. You have to slice it down the middle. See, and then you slice it across this way. Because what it is, it's a deboned chicken stuffed in a deboned duck, stuffed in a deboned turkey, with dressing between the chicken and the duck and the duck and the turkey. So as you cut down that way, you go turkey, dressing, duck, dressing, chicken.
You know, one of the great things about your coming over here is I'm able to ask you all of these questions, because for a lot of years I thought a turducken was some sort of a foul crossbreed, but it's not.
Well,
it's just three different things.
It's really 5 different things. It's a chicken, a duck, a turkey, and 2 kinds of dressings.
And are you going to have one on your Thanksgiving table?
Yeah, I'm going to have one. I have to bring it though, but because here's a picture of one.
Turducken.
Yeah,
picture. That is it.
And you see, you cut it like right down here. See, and then this is what it looks like inside. See, so you got turkey, then duck, and then dressing, and then chicken. And then you just have to do it that way, or if any of that makes sense.
Now, can I get some hoisin sauce with that? That's unbelievable.
Honor John Madden. Here it is, Tom Brady. It's your first official turducken. What do you think?
I love it.
Let's do it.
How did the duck and the chicken get roped into this? They thought
I don't know.
turkey was a Thanksgiving holiday. Oh, that's good.
Turducken.
That was really good.
By the way, Mike Pereira's calling the next play.
Wow.
I can't talk.
Go ahead. I'm bailing. You guys have a good night. This is awesome. By the way, that's amazing.
Tom Brady had to do an extra hour on the treadmill after breaking his diet for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You see
man.
people like Ryan Clark saying he was faking that, and like, who cares? Like, who cares if he did? It's entertainment, man. They're honoring John Madden, and how great was Madden? Like, cutting it up with
Cutting
his
it
hand.
up like he was actually doing this. It's like, it was so awesome. He's like explaining the whole thing.
Illustrator, and then he cut it up with his hand. That was
And he-
awesome.
Like his whole explanation was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was worth it. The telestrator lives.
Michael's looking at him like, is he like, oh yeah, let's go with it.
I spent hours looking for great John Madden stuff, because Edson, as you know, whenever we did the Thanksgiving show, I always put a little extra.
You always had the
because of Madden, and to find that one, it's him and Al Michaels, another national treasure. In it's that shows everything that John Madden kind of was, and it shows how they broke the mold with the broadcasts with him.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just about the game, and it wasn't boxed in. All of a sudden, he would do something completely lunatic like that, just off the cuff. It's so awesome. The personality he brought was amazing. Now onto the field. I think Jerry Geist. Yeah. Did everybody know that Jerry Jones was the old man in Poltergeist 2?
No.
No, he wasn't. I just made that.
Geez.
I once did a side by side in Photoshop, and it's creepy. They look the same. That actor's dead, by the way. Sorry, he died like right after they made it because he had cancer. Yeah. The Cowboys are suddenly on a 2-game winning streak,
and they're in the hunt.
Hunt.
No, they're
and
not.
Jerry's like, I might bring Mike McCartney back. You just watch me now.
I mean,
Belichick got to wait another year.
He was actually saying that before this game. He was saying that after they beat the Redskins. They win one game, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to bring him back."
He's a pretty good coach.
He's
Fred Flintstone.
I love how the Giants have gotten so low that in the New York media, like the message from this game was, well, at least they didn't get covered. they only lost by. That's it. That's what you give me.
Drew Lock did his best. Daniel Brown or Daniel Jones or whatever that guy's name is. Brown was the guy before him. David Brown, Daniel Jones are the same guy.
Yeah, they were kind of like the same.
And Drew Lock did the same thing. He just ran for 2 touchdowns, and that's what kept him in the game.
They kept him in the game.
That was so Daniel Jones, right? I mean, oh man. The Cowboys are getting healthy though.
Yeah, especially the defense. Yeah,
they had that great play. I was gonna pull it, but I'm like too many highlights. I forgot the guy's name. 13, where he batted the ball and caught it and ran it in for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is getting healthy, and that might be. I mean, that's definitely gonna be a huge help with Cooper Rush being your starting quarterback the rest of the way. They don't really have a running game.
Nope.
But hey, They're finding a way to win. They're probably going to. I bet they claw their way to 500, and he hires McCarthy back.
Probably, which
Here is
really
the
help
stat.
the Cowboys.
Okay.
But
Here is your other newest stat of the day. With the Cowboys winning at home for the first time in over a year, the New York Giants are the only team that has not won a home game this year.
wow.
Oh yeah, that was the first Dallas home win. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Wow. And that's what, I was actually toying with the idea of taking the Giants. When I heard Drew Lock was going to start, I was like, he sometimes looks okay.
Yeah.
And I know the Giants play better away from home. All their wins, 2 wins. Their 2 wins are on the road. And Dallas blows ass at home. I toyed with the idea, and then I said, nah, this will be the game Dallas wins. And you know why? Because Dallas wore those awesome baller.
Oh, the uniforms.
Those awesome uniforms from when they were the Dallas Texans. Why they should wear those? I hate their regular white uniforms. Those are trash. Do you ever notice that the blue doesn't match on anything?
Oh yeah.
When they wear those, and the explanation is it's from the back in the 70s when I was in my 60s that. Because the cameras at the time were these radio tube cameras and the NTSC color system with the old cathode ray tube televisions. Yeah, history lesson, gang. Could not match the colors properly, so they had to mismatch. Because the helmet, the matte finish or the shine helmet on the glossy helmet wouldn't match the blue on the shirt. So they had to try to mismatch the colors to get them to match perfectly on television.
Oh yeah. I learned about those TVs in history class, right?
But they've carried that nonsense to this day where we have 4K now, and it's obvious that none of those colors match. How hard is it to get the navy blue on the helmet to match the blue on the royal blue numbers? What are you doing? What are you doing, Dallas? You look like assholes.
Well, Dow ass. So there you go.
There you go. Yeah. That explains it.
By the way, this history lesson was brought to you by Middlesex Community College and John Schaefer. Thank you.
And Ovaltine.
Yeah.
And we were gonna quote Rich Onochi, but he's too small. He can't see the camera. Thank you. Hi, Rich.
Whoa.
Now this is getting way too long.
Yeah, Ovaltine, the drink choice of Joe Namath.
Yeah, I guess you could skip right over this one.
There's not much to say about this one, except that Miami, how many times did they have a scoring opportunity where they took out a 35 and blew their foot off?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Fumble in the red zone. How many? 2 fumbles in the red zone?
2 fumbles. Even to as much as I'm saying Tua played okay, he still missed wide open receivers at some points. It's almost like they say it's a narrative. It's not a narrative, it's a truth. They go into cold weather and they kind of like their performance just shifts. It's like they can't.
Baby, it's cold outside. That's the worst thing that Dolphins fans can hear.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there was one play. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say they weren't always like it's this current team that's like this, but plenty of teams from the past and from the Dolphins have played well in the cold. But go ahead.
Well, it's funny though, you know me, I'm a huge Packers fan. I was watching the game. There was one pass that Tua hit Tyreek Hill across the middle, and I'm like, uh-oh. Because Tyreek Hill is so fast, you have to accommodate for him. But there was one play when Jordan Love throws off his back foot in the fourth quarter and throws a rainbow down the sidelines. And I think Watson caught the ball, and I'm like, it's over. He just total extension, caught the ball, and I'm like, okay, we're
Love
good.
Was almost on his dupa when he threw it. He was so far backwards, and perfect dropped it right into Watson. It was Watson. Yeah. Yeah. This was a big one for Miami. If they wanted to make a statement about being a playoff team, they had to perform this week.
They had to,
and to not really even be in the game. They had their moments where they looked like they could come back and at least make it close or push the Packers a little bit, and that's when they would turn it over. It was just it was frustrating to watch. I felt bad for you, Edson. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Edson.
I'd be like walking out of the room. Did something good happen? No. Okay, keep walking out of the room.
If it makes you feel any better, the Steelers are only going to win 2 more games this year.
Well,
I think Miami's going to run the table.
I don't know.
I really do.
They could
do it.
They do have the Jets twice, so
they could. The Steelers and the Dolphins could end up with the same record.
Oh, jeez, no.
Hey.
I'm still looking for the tie in the Steelers part.
And then there was Black Friday.
Oh yeah, really? Black Friday.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving along. What are?
Can you hear me when I yell? No, you can't, right? Because I shut my mic off.
No, go ahead, please.
You only hear the beep, right?
We're. I mean,
we haven't heard you yelling recently.
Well, yeah, we've heard you. You want to yell? Go ahead, please.
No. I'm asking if you don't hear me when I yell, and you just hear the beep, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. The way you're reacting, like it's like you hear what I'm actually saying. Because I'm cursing the Chiefs really loudly. I'm using foul language that the youngsters shouldn't be hearing.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah. Oh God, I missed a lot of this game. I was pissed because I went to the gym, somewhere in the middle of the first half, and I figured, they'll have it on there, and not one of the TVs had it on. Jeez. I couldn't believe it. These young guys these days, man, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're watching stupid crap instead. I'm like, put the football game on. Then I got out and was driving home when disaster struck. Twice. The Raiders had a chance twice. They missed the field goal because they had a 3rd and 10 and they couldn't convert, and then they had to kick a 50, or he missed a 51-yard attempt or something. And then they stopped the Chiefs. I couldn't believe 3rd and 2, and Mahomes overthrows Worthy, and holy crap! And Mahomes is lobbying to go for it on 4th and 2, but Andy Reid wisely kicked the ball away, and the Raiders come right down the field. Yeah. And I'm like, holy crap, they're going to pull this off. Till the snap hits you in the face or whatever, and you also have illegal formation, and I just
let it go, Keith. Go ahead, do it. Go for it.
I have this video that came from NFL memes, I believe, where we could sit here and go over all the luck the Chiefs have had this year, but this video actually shows them all, so I don't have to say it, nor do you guys.
Terry McCauley's gonna have to make this call, but it looks like that toe's on the line, Terry. I agree completely.
Yeah, he's there early. Yep. Jane's territory. By Brian Cook.
Just got a text. That's not around and didn't have a chance.
Caliendo comes in. He's eligible. Here is Hunt for the touchdown. Kansas City remains a kick to win it. Oh! Blocked! The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Butker's kick for the win. He buries it.
50-yard field goal from here. Drops it. Flag is thrown though. Flag will stop it.
I mean, you can't keep getting away with that. The Kyle Pitts one was ridiculous. How was that not pass interference? I'd forgotten all about that one.
That's bad.
I mean, the guy wrapped his arms around him and threw him down. It's incredible. They get the calls, they get mistakes happened. And a lot of it is teams that don't know how to close out games, like the Raiders make a critical mistake in a big spot. But I don't think this bodes well for the Chiefs, and Chiefs fans can't feel good about this fraudulent 11-1. You can't.
Defense.
That's what's hanging. That's what's holding them in.
But even the defense has not played that well over the last
couple of games.
So I don't know.
The sands of the hourglass are running out on the Chiefs. I'm telling you, this is not Let them get away with this crap now, because come playoff time, they're going to get their asses handed to them. That's my prediction. Speaking of predictions, it's time to do ours.
I got the Cowboys over the Giants.
Green Bay over Miami.
Kansas City over the Raiders. All right.
We're all
Okay,
done.
one. All right.
Well, you're in first place, Edson, and we had the same record last week.
Oh, we're back to me going first.
You can go first. Now, we should say, though, in all honesty, we all texted each other. We did all pick Detroit.
Well, me and you picked Detroit.
I didn't do that. I picked Green Bay. So
Bruce picked Green Bay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's right. We all had a Thanksgiving Day pick in early. So, and we all won that one.
Yeah.
So we're only picking 4 going forward.
Okay. All right. So Atlanta is coming off a bye week. The Chargers are coming across the from the West Coast to the East Coast, and they had a little bit of a short week. I'm telling you all this just so I can tell you I'm picking the Chargers over Atlanta.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
In English?
Because in this league, coaching matters, and I think Harbaugh, after being really pissed off from the last game, he's going to have them ready. And I don't think that Atlanta is that great of a team, so I'm picking the Chargers over Atlanta.
That's interesting because this could get really tight now with them.
I know. No.
So, who would have thought? 3 or 4 weeks ago, Atlanta sweeps Tampa Bay. They've got like a 3-game lead on them. Now it's whittled all the way down to they could be virtually tied with the tiebreaker going to the Falcons after this week. So, by the way, no teams on a bye. So we do have a plethora of games still on the schedule.
Yep.
To pick from. That's an interesting pick. My first pick or second pick will be the Redskins have lost 3 straight games. They haven't looked great. Jaden Daniels he's spotty. He's great for one series or two, and then he looks confused for a series or two. But I think they're going to have to put the foot down. They've got a perfect opponent coming in Tennessee to get healthy with. So I'm picking Washington to beat Tennessee pretty handily this week. Bruce.
And now the moment of terror.
The shout outs?
Yeah. Damn. Yes, it's in the shout outs.
I'll go take a nap for a bit.
Just like Miami did against Green Bay. Okay, anyway.
Exactly. Go ahead.
To Paul and Steve Stahl, thank you for Thanksgiving dinner. Thank you for including me and your family.
They didn't include
Huh?
They didn't include me.
Well, there's a reason for that. I'll tell you off the air. To my friend Geezy and Boom, to my Move Church family, and to my friend that has suffering from dementia, please get well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Before I do my pick, I got a funny story for you guys. Last week I was at church in my one of my classes, Healing from Hurts, a Biblical Study. I showed the guys are like, Bruce is doing a podcast. He's doing a betting podcast. I'm like, no, I'm not. So I put my big screen on the big screen television at church. I showed you guys. I showed everyone what I was doing and everything. And I said, we're doing a football show. So my Saturday afternoon, there's a big meeting of all the deacons. And my pastor says, now you guys, no matter what you do, don't do this. And they click on the TV, and there's the 3 of us up there on this big screen. So one of my deacons walks up to me at church on Sunday. You were in our church on Sunday during our meeting. I'm like, what'd I do? So we are famous at Move Church.
Well, that's
my
cool.
church. It's pretty cool.
And I can't argue. You really shouldn't. Wait, I agree. Don't do this.
Yeah, don't try this at home.
Right.
My first pick is now this is a tough one. Baltimore over Philadelphia.
Oof.
Wow, that is good. That's a good.
They're playing at home. Philadelphia is due for a letdown, but I think oh my goodness, I saw Derrick Henry versus Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
See, I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot cattle prod, but
That's a tough. That's a hard one, but
yeah.
I'm taking Baltimore because they're playing at home. That's the only reason why.
You're brave. You're a bold man, Bruce.
Since
I'm in last place overall this year, I can't go near games like that. I got to play it a little safer than that. Edson, what do you got for your third pick?
Oh, I'm up again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, speaking of like not being brave, I mean, I know there's all those announcements about the engagements, but it was a bye week and they're at home and they got the walking wounded coming over. So this seemed kind of like well, I'm not saying it's an easy pick because the 49ers sometimes do the thing and Brock Purdy may be coming back, but I think Buffalo will beat the 49ers.
Yeah, you know what? Guess what I have on my third pick here? Buffalo beating the 49ers. I agree with you. The Bills are hard to beat. I mean, come on. San Francisco's going to go 3 time zones.
Yeah, that's.
I know it's a night game.
It is a night game, but still,
it's 5:00 to them. But what's the weather going to be in Buffalo? Does anybody know? Let me look.
I will find out for you. This is called filler. Please get Jenny.
They got Bosa, injured.
Bosa's dinged up as usual.
Their best defensive player. They got Trent Williams. I don't know if he's like full 100%. That's their best offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And who knows how effective Purdy is going to be. That injury, that shoulder injury is still.
Or McCaffrey in the cold. I mean, let's face it, it's at least going to be in the 30s. I mean, there's no doubt it's going to be in the 30s here in Connecticut. It's going to be in the 30s in Buffalo, or if not worse. And has anybody noticed how bad Deebo Samuel's been playing this year?
That too. Yeah. It's almost like as soon as Ayuk went out, the focus just became on him, and that's
ever since. Remember, he went to the hospital and he had like.
Oh yeah.
It's, maybe he still got lingering effects from that. I don't know.
Buffalo weather: 32 degrees and snow.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Well, that's right, because I saw a prediction from my buddy Dave Kinney, fellow Kiss fan, Dave. He predicts that the league will cancel this game.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're expecting that much of a lakefront snow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 6 inches of snow.
All right. Well,
that's right. It's supposed to be awful. I hope not.
I didn't realize that.
But if they get, I think if you just get 6 inches or more, you have to cancel it, right?
Okay.
Remember they had that happen a couple of years ago. They had to move the game. They had like 1.5 foot of snow on game day. Was that the Steelers that were supposed to play there? It was a playoff game, right? With the Steelers. They had to move it.
I think, because I remember the pictures of the stadium was like it's so high up on the seats, you couldn't see the seats.
I think it was last year when Mason Rudolph had to play against them. Yeah, they moved it to the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is right here. A stadium worker cleared snow from seats before an NFL wild card playoff game between the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers on January 15th, 2024.
Yeah, I mean, the fans came in and helped shovel it out. I remember that the next day.
Buffalo's expecting 4 feet of snow, 3 to 4 feet of snow.
What? Did you just make that up?
I'll send it to you right now.
Wow.
3 to 4. Can you share your screen?
We're certainly going to get that something. Not that, but something.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's amazing.
Wait.
I didn't think we had any snow in the forecast, but
do we have snow? Don't tell me that. I need a new snowblower, and I've got.
Okay, well, Edson, look on your phone. I just sent it to you. Oh. You probably just both got it.
All right, I'm on AccuWeather over here. I'll bring it up on the screen here. Let's see. Daily. I heard Edson's phone vibrate.
Yeah.
Sunday,
34 feet of snow could fall near Buffalo stadiums before Sunday's game.
Oh my shoe! And look, Monday snow, Tuesday snow, Wednesday snow.
Wow.
I did not. I didn't know that we were going to get the game. I knew it was the funny thing is that we were just talking about lakefront snow a couple hours before the games started.
Because the Browns won, they had the lakefront, the lake effect snow. Wow. I guess, well, they could move it to Monday because it's supposed to be, heavier snow Monday. Tuesday, a coating to an inch. So I guess you could put it on Tuesday.
I mean, here in Connecticut, it doesn't look like we're getting something, but so I don't know.
Wow. Well, they get that lake effect snow.
No, I know.
Wow. Well, who knows? They might be playing this game next week.
Yeah.
They'll have to play a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Where's Ernie Banks? Let's play 2.
Well, I'm gonna be different from you guys. I think I'll take Buffalo over San Francisco.
All right, so we'll all have 6 picks next week. Okay.
Let's make it interesting. If there's a snowball fight, who wins?
There you go.
Yeah, I think the 49ers, they're not going to make the playoffs. I don't think.
I don't think so either.
It's this is something I wanted to look up this week, and we should look it up, around playoff time at least. How many times the team that lost the Super Bowl just misses the playoffs the next year? I think it's probably like 75% of the time at least.
1988, Washington Redskins.
It happens all the time. The loser of the Super Bowl doesn't even make the playoffs. There's a lot of times the winner of the Super Bowl doesn't either, but yeah. So the 49ers they're a mess right now. It's
they say the snow can fall 2 to 4 inches per hour.
Wow.
Yep.
I remember the Le'Veon Bell game. They had a game up there. God, it had to be at least 10 years ago now. When Le'Veon Bell had 270 something all-purpose yards. In that he was like the only one that could run in. It was like 6 inches of snow. It was unbelievable. That was a great game. Those games are fun. But if it's going to snow that hard, they probably will.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
They will have to move it. All right, Edson, your pick 4.
So, okay, Denver at home. It almost looked like, I give the schedule makers a lot of credit. They put Denver in this prime time like so late in the year, which is great. I don't know how they could have predicted they'd be doing this well, because I wouldn't have. But I'm glad they're getting this.
They probably thought Cleveland was the team.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe they're,
right.
They're doing that. So I'm surprised that we're not getting snow there. but we've talked about it throughout this whole thing with Bo Nix and how Denver's been rising up throughout the year, and I think they'll beat the Browns pretty easily.
Good pick. I thought about that game too, but I want to see one more impressive Denver win. I think I'm scared.
I mean, Cleveland's defense can get to them. So
if they play like they did against Pittsburgh, Myles Garrett went off.
Right.
3 sacks.
So maybe that was like their emotional win, and I don't know. I don't know if they're.
It was definitely Cleveland's Super Bowl. Let's not mince words here. Yeah. They pretend. I mean, they acted like they won the championship, beating Pittsburgh. My next pick, I'm going for it. I'm calling for the virtual tie in the NFC South. Tampa Bay over Carolina. I know it's a stretch. I know. Hey, you know what? The way the Panthers have played the last few weeks, this is not a game.
Oh no, I think it'll be a good game.
But Tampa's getting healthy again. Godwin's gone for the year, but Baker's got Mike Evans back, and if Baker plays like Baker, I can't see. And those 3 running backs, holy moly! And now they're using Bucky Irving as almost like Debo as a running back / wide receiver. I think Tampa's going to win this game. If Vita Vea plays like he did last week against Bryce Young, he'll batter him into absolute confusion. Might be close in the first half, but I think Tampa ends up winning by 10, at least 10. So, Bruce.
Edson is totally ruining my picks. I mean, I'm totally serious about this because I'm taking Denver over Cleveland. So, Edson, you are the Titanic. I am the Lusitania. Here we go.
Well, I almost became the what was the blimp? The
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg. But I avoided that game. Good thing, because then we would all have the same one again. We already have flow. So
and we saw how that ended.
Yeah,
we lost.
Yeah. So that's a good pick. I was right there with you, and at the last second I went, you know what? One more. I want to see Denver win one more impressive win before I'm on board. Because the Browns are one of those. They're weird. They could just show up.
Yeah, they could.
All right, your last pick, Edson.
Okay, Keith, I'm giving you props on this one. I'm with Bake Show.
Bake Show?
Yep.
Baker Mayfield?
Yep.
Now, how come they don't say let Baker cook? Doesn't that make
sense?
Let Baker cook? He's the freaking baker.
And I think that
make the donuts.
I think this will be a pretty close game. It's a divisional game. Carolina's been playing much better. But if Tampa Bay is going to make their move and I really hope that I see him and them in the playoffs, this is not a game you can lose.
I agree. Wouldn't it be awesome now if they win and they pull the 6-6 and the Falcons lose like we think they will to the Chargers? They're both in a virtual tie with 5 weeks to go.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta's still got the head-to-head tiebreaker, but boy, that's going to be fun to watch. All of a sudden, there'll be a race for that divisional crown.
That will be fun.
And you're right. I want to see Tampa Bay get it because I love Baker Mayfield. Sorry.
Hey, Keith, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Mute my microphone for a minute. I'll be right back.
You can mute it. Just hit mute on the bottom on the toolbar on the bottom there.
It says mic. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
See where it says mute? There you go. You could also turn your camera off too, but that's okay. My last pick, I'm going. You know how I always say, don't scribble out what do they say when you're taking a test at school? Like, go with your first answer. Don't scribble it out and change your mind. I scribbled it out. I scribbled out Houston over the Jaguars because I'm like, you know what? This will be the game the Jaguars beat. This will be the week. Yeah, exactly. Because he's coming back, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Trevor's playing this week.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, that could be a trap game. I don't want to go near that. So I scribbled it out and I picked against my own team. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals at home to beat the Steelers.
Are you really?
Yeah. Because here's my layout for the rest of the Steelers season. Loss against Cincinnati in Cincinnati. So I got to stick with that. I've been saying it. Then the week after they get Cleveland at home, that's a win. So that's one of their 2 wins. Then they go to Baltimore, loss. To Philly, loss. Home against the Chiefs, loss. And then the last game of the year, home against Cincinnati, win.
Okay.
They will go 2-4. Plus, the Steelers always collapse in December. So that's it. They're done. They're going to be 10-7 and out in the first round. Cincinnati over Pittsburgh.
Okay. Washington over Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Redskins have the Redskins have to win again. They have to win this game because they're going to say Jaden Daniels is a fluke.
Yeah,
they have to win this. They have to.
I don't know if you could fluke him in his rookie year.
Yeah, the playoff hopes are going down if they don't win.
Yes.
3 weeks ago, it looked like they had the division locked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now Philadelphia is blown right by them. So yeah, if they want to even get a wild card spot, they've got to win at least 3 of these last 6.
Right.
If they can go 3-3 down the stretch, I think they'll get in. But
yeah,
although it's going to be tough, there's only going to be like 1 spot left because of that NFC North division.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, there's 3 teams with 9 wins or more in that one division. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. In fact, we can just quickly hop over to where's the standings.
I never thought somebody like Green Bay 9-2 or 9-3, and they're in 3rd place. Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll accept your cookies and accept.
They'll be in 1st place in most divisions.
Oh, and I guess it's fair to mention that the Chiefs are locked into the playoffs.
That's right. They did officially clinch.
Do you know stat of the day? I'm not Bruce. Stat of the day. They are the first team since the merger to lock up a playoff spot this early.
Jeez.
Stat of the day. We want the Chiefs to go away. We can't stand Taylor Swift anyway. She needs to go away with the what? Stats of the day.
Oh, look, the Steelers are number 3 seed. Okay.
Yeah, just wait. They'll be down at 6 before you can blink an eye.
The Packers are at 6. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was right because of the log jam.
Yeah.
Because of the log jam.
I mean, the Vikings have like half a game or something.
Yeah. So the Vikings are at 5. I mean, when you see that, like, these are 2 9-win teams and they're in the 5 and 6 seed, which means they got to play. One of these teams they have to play on the road in the first round.
Yeah, maybe even in Tampa Bay.
Right. Or in Seattle.
Or Seattle or Arizona. Or,
yeah. Right now, as it stands, Atlanta. But my gosh. And, in the hunt, you've got.
Yeah.
I think we could cut it off at Tampa Bay, realistically. I don't think the Rams are 49ers.
No.
I don't know. Then again, I mean, whoever wins that division.
I mean, you definitely cut it off with the Cowboys and down. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Although the Panthers are nobody's. The Giants and the Raiders are actually mathematically eliminated.
Wow, I did not know that.
I didn't.
They already.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe the Panthers are still in it and not the Giants.
And the Jags.
Just remember one thing. Last year, the Packers lost both home games to the Lions and the Vikings. And later on that year, they went to Detroit and beat the Lions, and they went to Minnesota and beat the Vikings.
Yeah. Green Bay's hot at the right time. They're getting better.
I know they did. Yep.
Green Bay looks better every week, where Minnesota is looking a little worse every week.
Yeah.
So like they're I think the Packers will actually end up in second place.
And next week we'll see what happens with the Packers in Detroit.
Right.
Yeah. But we got a few. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there now. I'm taking Green Bay.
Okay, that's your first pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that down right now. I made it on Saturday afternoon.
Bruce is taking the Packers?
Yep.
Fucking knew it. Oh.
Oh, guys, I gotta get going.
I'm definitely not gonna play that. Definitely not gonna play that one at church.
Yeah, all right, we got to wrap this up, but we got a lot of really tough games this week. It's going to be a fun week of football. And before we sign off, I got a minute of John Madden. Thank you, Adam Schefter, for this one.
See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it. You can have a barbecue on that. And this is the best of the 3 best. Wow. That is football. Boom, he comes here. Boom, stay on your feet. That's it. Boom. That is a great stiff arm. This guy crosses here. He crosses here. They have no idea where we are, who we are, where we're coming from, or who we're throwing to. Mike gave that a triple pump. I mean, when you get that close and they're supposed to make it, you give a triple pump. And that turkey's so big and so many legs that's a 2-man job. Yep. They're getting so big that their legs can't hold them, so they're breaking their legs. So you're finding big old turkeys with broken legs. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That thing looked like it's ready to go.
Hey, Mr. Man, Mr. Summerall. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
R.I.P. to the great John Madden.
That's like my favorite clip. It's like they won't know who we are, where we are, who we're throwing to.
And the best part of the whole video, did you hear what Summerall says? That explains it.
Yeah.
He's got that deadpan.
Oh,
That
God.
was awesome.
We miss you, John Madden. We miss you.
Yes, we do.
All right, boys. Good
All
luck.
right.
Fun show, as usual. We're not going to be on Saturday next week. We're going to figure this one out because Bruce and I are both traveling. So we'll figure.
No, I'm home. I'm home.
Oh, you'll be home, but I'll be.
I'll be home.
And
Yeah,
when
you'll
I
be
get
traveling.
home- when I get home, you start traveling.
Yeah,
So,
right. Edson, you can make all the picks by yourself and take it like a 17-game lead with 3 weeks to go.
Edson will be streaming all by himself next
I'll
week.
do that on Tuesday for the picks on the previous week. Yep.
We might have 2 weeks where we got to put the show on a different day for travel. So
yeah,
we'll figure it out. But yeah.
Edson, I'll text you. I'll text you my shout outs when I'm on vacation, so you can always incorporate. No, you won't.
Yes, I will. Yeah,
We will.
I
We
will.
will.
Okay.
All right. Any final thoughts, or do you want me to hit the close?
I'm good.
You all have a good week.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, smash
football.
the like, subscribe, and whatever. Happy football.
Yes, I think no. Yes, the joyfulness is over. The joyfulness is over.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some Geek Time swag? Check out the merchandise available in the Geek Time TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share Geek Time TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.